Hey, Jen here, coming at you from this beautiful nature setting. And I want to talk to you today about the nature of reality. See what I did there? Nature of reality. I'm Jenkunkel. I'm the creator of the wildworthmethod, and it's designed to help you stop feeling insignificant, invisible, unworthy, unfulfilled, and instead unleash your wild, savvy self, where you know exactly who you are, what you stand for, what matters most to you, and you create and design your dream life around that, not around social conditioning. And that's kind of what we're talking about today, is social conditioning and the nature of reality, and how maybe we don't ask ourselves very much what that's really about. Do you ever contemplate the nature of reality? Do you ask yourself, like, what is the point? Why am I here? What's going on? I think that we get so caught up in the day-to-day, we don't even really have time to think about that sometimes. I know I grew up in Las Vegas, which is about as city as you can get, and I realized, as I got a little bit older, I was like, wow, we really cover up nature here. We really just, everything's concrete. It's concrete and buildings and more concrete and more buildings. And any nature that you see was like recreated, manufactured, and put back there. Golf courses, palm trees. I don't think palm trees grow naturally in the desert, and Las Vegas is a desert. Anyway, so I noticed this, and it just kind of got me thinking, this is years ago when I was younger, but still not when I was a kid. I didn't think about stuff like that. I just thought, this is life, this is the way it is. We just kind of, when we're growing up, most of us anyway, just kind of go, yeah, this is how it is, this is what we do. You go to school, you go, you get a job, you go to work, you maybe get married, you maybe go to college, whatever the case may be. So we have all of these standards, and that we're kind of just following suit of the people before us, and not so much reflecting on, hey, does this really make sense anymore? There's this story that I really like, and it just popped in my head as I was talking about this, actually, where this woman is making a holiday ham with her mother, and she's watching what she does and how she makes it, and the mom cuts the end off the ham, puts it into the pan, cooks it for however long, X amount of time, and the daughter asks, hey, why do we cut the end off the ham? And she says, I don't really know. I just know that's how my mom always did it, so I think that's how you're supposed to do it. So they end up calling her mom, the grandmother, and asking her, hey, why do we cut the end off the ham? And she says, well, my pan wasn't big enough. I actually think I messed that up a little bit because there's one more step, but it's all the same thing. So really just generation after generation was doing the things the same way, when the only reason that it was done was because the first person doing it, their pan was too small, so they had to cut it into pieces to make it fit into the pan. Anyway, that's kind of what we do in society, is we just kind of keep doing things the same way. And obviously many things evolve. We have technology and lots of things that evolve. But there's a lot of more societal stuff and maybe cultural things that don't change so much because we're not necessarily questioning them as much as we need to, or as much as we could. I know there are things we question, and there are some things we don't. But what about just the nature of reality itself? Why are we here at all? A lot of people have their opinions about this is how the government needs to be, and this is how society needs to be, and we need to be more tolerant, we need to be more accepting, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to think more about others, we need to have more wealth. There's as many opinions as there are people on what we need to be doing. And, I have my opinions too. I believe strongly in freedom and individual choice, as long as you're not interfering with somebody else and you're not stopping them from their freedom and individual choice. So mine's real simple. How do they put it? Don't don't hurt people and don't take their stuff. I think that's something from libertarians. Anyway, that's pretty simple and I like it. I like to keep things simple. Anyway, back to the nature of reality. What's it really about? Have you ever just kind of looked around and said, wow, or just even looked at yourself, like your hands, and like, wow, this, I know it seems like I'm like tripping out or something, but that's not what happened. Just looking at different things, textures, like your hands, your skin, like all the body parts, the way your body functions. It's pretty amazing, really. And just if you look around in nature, how amazing things are, that how tall the trees grow from just like a tiny seed. It's incredible when you really think about it. So, really, today I'm kind of just asking you, contemplate the nature of reality. Slow down a little bit, get in touch with your inner self, and ask, what's really important to me? Are you racing around chasing money, chasing material things, chasing the perfect relationship, and maybe not staying in any of them? This is a different topic, but relationships take work. And sometimes people think, well, if it's not perfect, I'm just going to move on. And, we do that with a lot of things. Oh, actually, the disposable society, that's sort of conditioning that we have where, you've got to buy the latest, greatest, fastest, bestest thingy-mabobber. And, now your old one that you just bought 3 months ago, no, that's obsolete. You don't need that one anymore. Throw it away, move on to the next. So we kind of have this on to the next, on to the next. And where else are we doing that? Where else are you doing that? And do you really want to be? So just a little bit of contemplative video today to say, think about the nature of reality, why we're here, what you really believe in, what's important to you. Do you talk to God? Do you believe in God? And that's a whole nother topic for me. I've had a back and forth relationship and thing there, so I'll be talking about that in another video because it's a whole story. Anyway, I do talk to God now, and while I am not what I would consider religious, I do have conversations with God, and I take that into consideration with my contemplation of reality. But I also have this inquisitive questioning mind where I'm pretty much open to new information at any time, and I am, what is that? It's a woman's prerogative to change her mind. And, I don't really think I'll be changing my mind on the general concept. I'm just open to learning more information about the details, So I think the details of the nature of reality are seriously a mystery to all of us. And I honestly don't see how anybody could possibly, anybody that's on this plane could possibly know with absolute certainty what it is all about, because I think it's just kind of like, it's like saying the ants in an ant farm would understand the nature of their reality when they have no clue about anything that's outside of the little, I think it was in the 70s where kids had these little ant farms, and the ants were just in this, I think, in between two panes of glass, and you could watch them do their stuff. So that's their whole world. So this world, it's bigger than that, obviously. But what if there's just so much more beyond this? So food for thought, something to think about. Let me know what you think. Thanks for joining me, and thanks for tuning in. I will see you next time. Much love. You're more powerful than you know.